Hello students, I welcome you all to my online class. Today I am going to take a class for the students of class 8. It is equally important for the students of class 7 also. Today I am going to discuss on the topic sentence. You know, according to the structure, the sentences are of 5 kinds. What are these kinds? Suppose we know these are assertive or assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and exclamatory. These are the 5 types of sentences. Assertive or assertive, we say it statement also. Statement, S-T-A-T-M-E-N-T, statement. Question, interrogative means question. Imperative, that means advice, order, request. These are imperative. Optative, wishes or prayer. We should say wishes or prayer. And exclamatory, it is the emotional feelings of mind. That means the sudden feelings, you should say sudden feelings. Okay, assertive sentence. Which are the assertive sentence? We try to know according to the structure of the sentences. These assertive sentences formed or structured in this way, like this. Suppose when I form a sentence in this way, first I will write subject, then verb, then extension, like this. Last of all, there is full stop. This is assertive sentence. Suppose I can give you an example. I am going to school. I am going to school. If you analyze this sentence, you can see subject, am going, this is verb, and you should say this is extension. So this sentence is framed in this way: subject plus verb plus extension. If we see any sentence according to this structure, then we should say this is assertive or assertive sentence. These assertive sentences are of 2 kinds, you know. Affirmative, F-F-I-R-M-A-T-I-V, affirmative, and negative. These are the 2 types of assertive sentence. So we should say assertive sentence are of 2 types. This is affirmative and negative. That means statements are of 2 kinds. One, affirmative statements, another negative statements. So these you can consider it as affirmative statements. I am giving you here a negative statement. Look at this. I am not going to school. This is negative sentence. Understand? So assertive are of 2 kinds. One is affirmative, another is negative. Now come to the interrogative sentence. How interrogative sentence is formed, or how questions are formed. I am writing here some examples. Suppose do you like to take a cup of tea? A cup of tea. This is an interrogative sentence. That means this is a question. If I analyze the structure of this sentence, so what can I see here? First, do. What is this? This is auxiliary verb. A-U-X-I-L-I-A-R-Y, auxiliary verb. Then this is subject. Okay? Then this is principal verb. Principal verb. Then extension. After that there is a question mark. If a sentence is formed in this way, then we should say this is interrogative sentence or a question. You know, question are of two types. Question are of two types. One is yes no question, another is WS question. When a sentence is formed in this way, then we should say this is yes no question. What is yes no question? When you will answer a question saying only yes or no, then you should say this is yes no question. Suppose I ask you, have you eaten rice? The answer should be yes or no. Then it is yes no question. When you say something, you cannot give the answer saying only yes or no. You have to say something to answer this question. These are called WS questions. Suppose I say, where are you going? Where are you going? So you should say, I am going to market, or you should say market, or I am going to school, like this. You cannot answer this question saying only yes or no. So this is WS question. How can we form a WS question? So we have seen previously how can we form the yes no question. Now I am going to give another example of WS question. Look at this. Look at this. Here I am writing, where are you going, or what do you want to take? So these two are WS question. Why you should say this is WS question? We cannot answer these types of question only saying yes or no. We cannot give the answer like this, in this way. So we should say something to answer this question. Because of that, this is WS question. And if you analyze this question, you should say where. This is the WH word. R, this is auxiliary verb. U, this is subject. Going is principal verb, you should say. Okay? So WH word plus auxiliary verb, then subject, then principal verb, then extension. Last of all, there is a question mark. So what I have written, WH word first, then auxiliary verb, then subject, then principal verb, then extension. If I form a sentence in this way, then we should say this is question or interrogative sentence. What type of question? WS question. You can form WS question in different ways. Suppose I am giving another example. Who came here yesterday. Who came here yesterday? This is also WS question. If we analyze this question, this WS question, it is a little bit different. It is different from this WS question. Here WS word plus auxiliary verb. Here WS word and it is acting like a subject. Okay, it is interrogative pronoun. Where using interrogative pronoun we make a question, then we cannot use auxiliary verb after that, and there is no another subject as I use in this sentence. So because of that you can construct a WS question in this way also, where these acts like a subject. Okay, if you WH word which is interrogative pronoun, then principal verb, then extension. If in this way you form a sentence, then you should say this is also a WS question. So by this time we have learned how we can form a yes no question and how we can form a WS question. Now come to imperative sentence. Come to imperative sentence. How can you, considering the structure, how can you see a or how can you identify an imperative sentence? Imperative sentence. imperative, imperative sentence. Okay. Imperative sentence, I can write imperative sentence with verb. Okay, there is no subject, we cannot use subject in this sentence. In all imperative sentence, subject you is used, so because of that we cannot use this, we cannot write you as subject. Suppose go home now. Speak the truth always. You can use always first also, here also. Understand? So if I analyze this sentence, I see go, this is verb first, and this sentence is started with verb first. Okay, there is no subject here. Subject you is not written here. Okay, so when you can see a sentence like this, then you should say this is imperative sentence. So by imperative sentence, we when we advise, when we request, when we command, when we order, we use this type of sentence. And these types of sentences are written in this way. First you have to, these sentences will be started with verb. Okay, now come to optative. Optative sentence. Optative sentence. How can you form optative sentence? Optative. Optative sentence. I am writing here an example of optative sentence. Suppose, may you live long. May you live long. May you shine in life. So, if you analyze this sentence, first we can see may here, then subject you, then verb. Okay, may plus subject plus verb plus This is adverb. Okay, in this way, if any sentence is formed, then we should say this is optative sentence. Okay, so you analyze this in a man, then subject, then verb, then adverbial in life. Adverbial. In this way, if you form any sentence, then you should say this is optative sentence. Okay? Now come to exclamatory. Exclamatory. Look at this. I am writing here. Alas, alas, I am under. So this is exclamatory sentence. Here there is a word which we use to express exclamation. Okay, then this is the sentence like assertive sentence. Okay, so if you form a sentence in this way, then you should say this is exclamatory sentence. Suppose I am writing another sentence. Hooray! Hooray! We have won the game. So hooray, this is a word which we use to express the feelings, emotion. Hooray. Note of exclamation here. Then this is like assertive sentence. If any sentence is formed in this way, then we should say this is exclamatory sentence. We can form exclamatory sentence in different ways. Suppose, how beautiful the flower is. Here, how, this is adverb. How, this is adjective, and here subject and verb is used in the last part of the sentence. Okay, last of all there is a note of exclamation. So how plus adjective, adjective plus subject plus verb dot dot. In this way, in last of note of exclamation, if any sentence is formed in this way, then we should say this is exclamatory sentence. You can write exclamatory sentence in another way. What a nice word it is. Yeah, when you use what, last of all there is a note of exclamation. You have to use a or an, because after that there is a noun phrase, nice bird. Okay, then you have to use a or an when the sentence, you start the sentence with what. If you start the sentence with how, then you should not use a or an. Okay, so what plus a or an, then noun phrase, then last of all subject and verb. In this way, if we form a sentence in this way, then we should say this is exclamatory sentence. So you know it all. In spite of that, I discuss it again. Okay, today it is all for you. Thank you very much. Next day we shall discuss on a different items of grammar. All of you stay at home and be safe. Thank you.